We're going to summarize exactly how we made the Jingle Bells composed completely of SuperNotes.
First of all, when we conceptualized the concept of SuperNote, one of the first things we thought of, once we knew we were going to get people to submit videos of holding out notes, was we can make this into a song. So that was like one of the first ideas of the whole SuperNote thing. So at the time, we thought it would be a good closer for it. We didn't anticipate how much work it would take to do it.
No, we didn't. So there was over 2,000 notes submitted, and we had the e-hermit, Brian Lehman, who is really the backbone behind the whole SuperNote experiment and the SuperNote pages and how it was all organized.
The functionality of redlink.com/supernote.
Right. There was an original team of people of about 18 people or so called the SuperSquad who actually measured the notes, like they timed the notes, and that's how we determined who was the SuperNote winner and all the standings and everything. But we also had a second team of Super Squatters, a smaller number.
A subset of the Super Squad.
Yeah, the Sub Squad.
They volunteered to re-watch the videos and determine what note each person was singing. Now, there was a lot of gurglers and stuff like that, so right off the bat, they sifted out a lot of videos, and then they found the notes.
And they use tools like there's an application you can download for your iPhone, Stay in Tune, and other applications that you can put on your phone or whatever, or on your computer, where you can actually determine what the note is that somebody is singing. So they used that, and then they entered that into this system.
Well, and then what they would enter in is they would watch the video, they would hold up their tuner device, and whenever someone held a sweet note for a few seconds, oh, that's an A. And so they would record this person saying an A, and it was 1 minute and 7 seconds into the video, so it would be easy to find that later on. So that they would enter that and hit submit, and then another video would pop up, and they'd watch another one.
So the eHermit created a database, this system that entered all this information into a database, and once we had about 1,000 SuperNotes cataloged with the actual musical notes, he sent us a spreadsheet that had everything organized by note. And interestingly enough, there was a very even distribution of notes all across the whole spectrum from A to G.
Yeah, I was curious about that because, I had this theory that any given room has a resonant frequency. And I think that when people were holding their SuperNote, depending on what kind of equipment was running in the room, what frequency it was, like the washing machine was tumbling at, that's the note they would hold.
And that was proven patently false.
Well, no, it was just proven that the resonant frequency of any given room is not random, but it's distributed evenly across all notes.
Okay, well, that's suspect. I suspect that theory. But it sounds good. And but then we had our intern.
Are you saying every room doesn't have a resonant frequency?
No, every object has a resonant frequency. Every person. My body, I'm a C sharp. Dan the Montage Man. Dan said I'm Brady from Jacksonville, Florida, who's a student down at the Savannah School of College.
Yeah, that's
School
good.
of Art
and Design. If you want to study something and you're at a total loss,
go for college.
Just study college. What are you majoring in? College.
He came up here for 2 weeks, and the major thing that he worked on was assembling this song. We picked Jingle Bells because it seemed pretty straightforward and everybody knows it.
Well, and it was a Christmas song.
A Christmas song, that's important.
Well, we didn't know if we were going to do like a Journey song.
Well, I don't want this video to be 12 minutes, so let's make it like an 8-minute video and kind of speed up this process.
Well, let's just wrap it up here then. So that's how we did it.
No. So Dan created a Final Cut project, and he organized. We figured out what key we wanted it to be in, so we kind of transposed that and we wrote it down. Then we brought a Jingle Bells song into the project, put it on the timeline in a Final Cut Pro project, so we could get the timing down perfectly. And then he brought in the notes. We couldn't use all 1,000 notes. First of all, there was a lot that didn't sound good. There was lots of distractions. But then once we decided on a key, there was only certain notes that would work. You'll see that a few people pop up in the song a couple of times. That's because, well, those were all the D's or all the B's that we had, and we had to keep going back to those people who were singing those notes.
Right. We needed no flats. We only needed one sharp and F sharp, given the key that we chose. So if you didn't make it in, I'm sorry. We kind of, once it whittled down to those people, that's kind of, we used everybody that we absolutely could use.
Right.
And there were a few captains in there, but even that nothing was really intentional.
And the first thing that happened was Dan sort of just took a D or a B or a C and brought them into the timeline and just put them on there randomly, and then we played it back, and it was like,
Right. Well, we didn't. Well, of course, a lot of people were flat or sharp, or they weren't right on. But we knew we could tune it up a little bit in GarageBand. But even beyond that, we realized something we didn't anticipate was the octaves.
people singing different octaves.
So you really have to stay within the same octave, and we didn't do that totally in the song.
The song changes octaves sort of in the middle, but it sounds good. It's got a pleasing, satisfying feel to it. But Dan had to organize the notes by octave within each note, and then we had to decide what octave we wanted to go in, and then from that point, then the next thing that was so confusing and took so much time was the tone. Because a girl may be singing in one octave and a guy may be singing in a different octave, but something about their microphone and something about the way they work biologically causes these notes that are actually the same note to sound completely different. Sound like an octave change, but it's not an octave change.
Yeah, it was really confusing.
It was mind-numbing, and Dan went crazy, and I think he'll probably never come back to work for us.
But we squeezed a lot of good work out of it.
Yeah, and he got through it. And by the end of the week,
He's still living.
the end of 2 weeks, we had the melody line, we had a harmony line, we had a short second melody line that was an octave higher, and then we had a harmony line that was then an octave higher than that original harmony line. You'll see throughout the song that slowly builds until the very end. There's 4 different melody lines, well, 2 harmony and 2 melody, that are happening. And it really kind of all came together.
Of course, we exported the audio, brought it in GarageBand, and tried to sweeten it up. Did you say that? Kind of mix it together. Because we edited the video with a reference audio track that had a beat, then we were able to add a beat. We didn't know we were going to add that beat until we just tried it, and it just made it that much more satisfying. I think it's what, the concept is great, but then it's like when the beat comes in, it's like, that's really satisfying.
Yeah.
I'm just so satisfied.
Satisfaction is a big part of web video. But we want to say, first of all, a big thanks to Dan the Montage Man, Dan Setterbrady, for coming up here and working his butt off for 2 weeks.
Subscribe to his channel, youtube.com/Dan the Montage Man.
And thanks to all the Super Squatters for the SuperNote measurers for measuring those notes. And also a big thanks again to the E-Hermit Brian Lehman for making all this a possibility.
Each of you gets one of these, a Rhett and Link Welcome Friends DVD.
They already know that.
Well, they already know that, but I'm telling everyone else to say,
But
next time you help us out, we'll send you one of these too. It's high-quality versions of our videos and some stuff never before seen.
And of course, thanks to
This is not for sale, by the way. It's just for gift.
Not available in stores. And thanks to everyone who took part in SuperNote. We hope this was a great way to end the entire thing. We've still got 2 theme songs that are going to be coming out for our overall winner and our creative winner here in the next couple of weeks or so. But Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. I guess we should end it in the most obvious way possible.
Don't try that at home.